Cold coffee on the counter, your note still in my hand. One porch light burning amber, I can't remember who I am. Truck keys on the table, boots by the back door. Your jacket on that same old chair, you don't live here anymore. Ashtray full of half-truths, phone face down, gone dead. Every room's a photograph, I walk through them in my head. I'm a midnight exile, banished from the life we almost had, haunting these back roads like a stray dream gone bad. You're a ghost in my rear view, I'm the curse in my own eyes. Yeah, I'm living in this house like a border town, stuck on the wrong side of goodbye. Mail pile on the counter, names I don't say out loud. I talk to your old coffee cup just to hear a voice somehow. Radio hums some love song, I kill it halfway through. Can't stand another chorus that don't belong to me and you. If leaving was salvation, why does it feel like I'm the one who died? If distance is redemption, why you still sleeping on my side? I'm a midnight exile, banished from the life we almost had, haunting these back roads like a stray dream gone bad. You're a ghost in my rear view, I'm the curse in my own eyes. Yeah, I'm living in this house like a border town, stuck on the wrong side of goodbye. Dead horizon, where the daylight goes to hide. I pulled off on the shoulder of a road that never ends. Sky burned out and rust and ash, radio static, lost my friends. Your picture on the dashboard, face cracked along the fold. Wind crossed through this busted door, feels younger than I'm old. Dead horizon, you're the last line of the light. Just a faint red bruise on the throat of night. I keep driving toward the emptiness, hoping you might rise again. Dead horizon, be my mercy, not my end. Motel sign is missing teeth, vacancies and cigarette ghosts. coffee tastes like burned out stones, keeps me talking to your coat. I trace your name in window frost, heated with my breath. Watch it vanish like you did, soft and slow and quiet as death. If I reach that edge, will you be waiting there, or just more sky, more cold, more air? Wind chimes on the back porch, ain't moved in a year. Coffee cup is stained dark, right where you left it here. Your boots by the doorway, dust on every seam. I talk to the shadow, you answer in a dream. Silent gallows hanging in my chest, every word we never said, swinging the west. Silent gallows creaking when I breathe. Love died quiet in this house, but it never left me. In the closet, smells like summer rain. Polaroids are curling at the corners of your name. I drive past the churchyard, headlights on your stone. Radio is turned down so I can hear you go. If guilt had a timber, it sound like this floor. Every step I didn't take to keep you from that door. If ghosts had a heartbeat, it'd pound like my own. gravel road, high beams fade, dust prayers at midnight. I still say your name. Empty seat, coffee gone cold, your jacket on the dash like a folded ghost. Dust prayers at midnight, whispered in the rearview glass, calling out your first name like it might call you back if heaven has a back road. I drive it in my dreams each night, burning through the silence on these dust prayers at midnight. Your boots by the back door, still turned in like you'll stumble through, swearing it's 3 a.m. Town moved on, changed the bar's old sign, but your song's on that jukebox in my mind. I circle that wreck on the map in my head, one slow mile marker I can't forget. Every star looks like a porch light, flickering, flickering, then gone from sight. No, no. First match in the dark, found blood on my shirt, whiskey on the Bible like it's covering the dirt, boot prints in the doorway, moonlight on the chair, somebody still talking in this dead man's prayer. Dead man's prayer on my tongue, on my chest, saying, Lord, if you're listening, you can take what's left. I ain't asking for heaven, I ain't running from hell. Just lay me down easy where the lonely ones dwell. A ring in the ashtray, cold coffee on the stove, her note in the sink where the red water flows. Every word she left me cuts the midnight air. I read it like scripture in a dead man's prayer. If I confess my sins, it just echoes off the wall. If I swear I'll change, There's no one left to call, so I talk to the shadows like somebody's there, calling out my own name in a dead man's prayer. Whoa. Found a Bible in a ditch, pages burned, spine torn, red dirt on the leather, like it knew what I'd done. Whiskey stain on my collar, gun oil on my hand, name in the margin, written over old commands. These are my outlaw songs, muttered under shaking breath, prayers for the ones I lost, wagers I placed with death. If there's a mercy left for the wolves and the weary damned, let it fall, let it fall on a broken, unholy man. Another verse on the windshield grind, buzzards circle my shadow, keeping patient time. I drag your ghost in the rear view like a busted star. Every forgive me, Father, just dissolves in tar. If you're still listening to rusted hearts and drifting suns, I ain't asking for heaven, just silence when the sirens come. If you're still listening to rusted hearts and drifting suns, I ain't asking for heaven, just silence when the sirens come. Gravel road under my boots, moon like a busted lantern. Your name carved into my thumb, still bleeding through the bandage. Old church leaning in the dark, cross crooked as my halo. Wind hums that same old hymn I swore I'd stop remembering. Midnight gallows swinging in my chest, every sin I ever loved hanging by a thread. You were my pardon, signed and never read. A midnight gallows, I'm the rope around my neck. Bottle rolling on the dash, cheap fire in my veins. Your seat's an empty jury box, I'm confessing to the rain. Headlights paint your silhouette on every broken fence post I reach, but it's just dust and the echo of your almost. Midnight gallows swinging in my chest, every sin I ever loved hanging by a thread. You were my pardon, signed and never read. Midnight gallows, I'm the rope around my neck. If I turn back at the river, if I lay down all my pride, would you be here in this truck bed, counting every starless sky? Now every road runs to that night where your tail lights disappear. And I've been walking to that scaffold for 100 wasted years. Midnight gallows swinging in my chest, every sin I ever loved hanging by a thread. You were my pardon, signed and never read. Midnight gallows, I'm the rope around my neck. With dust on my tongue, your name in the rear view, faint. One hand on the wheel, one on a ghost, still knows how to ache. Ash in the cup, coffee gone cold, motel Bible open on the floorboard. I left that town like a blown out tire, but you cling to me more than the smoke in these clothes. I'm just a dust-bound soul, dragging your shadow down this road. Every mile a quiet confession, every song a debt I still owe. I ain't lost, I'm paying toll for loving you. Dust-bound soul. Your porch light burned through 100 bad nights. Now it's just a buzz in the back of my mind. I hear your voice in the hum of the power lines, saying, boy, some roads you can't unwind. If I turn around, will you be there? Or just wind in an empty chair? I keep driving like the past can't steer, but you ride shotgun year after year. I'm just a dust-bound soul, dragging your shadow down this road. Every mile a quiet confession, every song a debt I still owe. I ain't lost, I'm paying toll for loving you, dust-bound soul. You were shaking in black when they threw down that earth. Every handful hit hard, like it landed on my chest. Your picture on the pine tilt, catching that churchyard sun. Wind kept folding my coat like it wanted me gone. Your sister gripped my arm, said he knew you did what you could. I just stared at your name, cut sharp in that stone like it should. Grave dust still on my boots, I can taste it on my tongue every time I speak the truth. Grave dust sleeping in the seams of this hand-me-down suit, of these busted up dreams. I keep walking, but it follows every mile, every rusted bus. I'm breathing you in the grave dust. House still smells like smoke from the last fight we ever had. Ash rings on the table, coffee gone cold, going bad. Your jacket on the chair, sleeve reaching out like a tied arm. I sit in your old spot, let the silence do me harm. If I'd turned back that night, if I'd held you too tight, if I'd begged you to stay, would you still have slipped away? Now every road sign, every bar light, every late night tired bus feels like you're brushing past me in the grave dust. Page corners folded, coffee stains, red dirt, little Polaroid of us tucked where the edges hurt. Autumn on your jacket, name tag from that store. You left it all behind you like you meant to slam that door. Rusted halo hanging from your rear view, swinging slow. All that mercy faded like the paint on that old 4 road. You were praying for a clean break, but you drove off with my faith. Rusted halo still turning every time the night wind blows. By my dresser, one heel worn clean through, ash in the kitchen sink from the nights I waited up for you. Neighbors said you called them, asked if the snow was bad, never asked if I was breathing. Guess you figured that I had. Maybe you were holy once in some small town, quiet road, crooked smile before the guild weighed you down. Now every time the chain clinks, I swear I hear you say, baby, I was never saving you, I was just trying to get away. Rusted halo, rusted halo.
He took his ring, left it face down in the sink. Coffee still warm, but the pictures turned to ink. And truck tracks bent down that red clay, crooked road, mailbox hanging like a body on the road. Cold vengeance runs slow, runs deep like frost in the well where the secrets sleep. You can now run town, you can change your name. The cold vengeance knows your veins. Judge shook hands with your daddy in the hall, Bible on the shelf. Never open, never falls, gravestone cheap. Just a date and just a name. Rain washed the flowers, but it couldn't wash the stain. Cold vengeance runs slow, runs deep like frost in the well where the secrets sleep. You can now run town, you can change your name. The cold vengeance knows your veins. You can hear your own heart drag, wind in the corner whispers through a plastic flag. You feel that steel resting heavy by your knee. Every breath you take sounds like wait for me. COVID, COVID, COVID runs away.
Your name still carved in that post by the gate. Wind leans on it like it carries your weight. I still park my truck where your tail lights used to fade. Talk to the dark like it's you I'm trying to save. I've been digging whiskey grave, pouring bottles in the ground, burying every vow we made, where the dirt don't make a sound. If I plant enough of this pain, will you rise up from the past I paid? Till you do, I'll spend my days knee deep in whiskey graves. Your Bible's open on the bed where you pray. Page corners curled on the verse you underlined and read. I keep reading it wrong through the blur and the shake. You asked God for mercy, I just asked Him for your face. I've been digging whiskey grave, pouring bottles in the ground, burying every vow we made, where the dirt don't make a sound. If I plant enough of this pain, will you rise up from the past I paid? Till you do, I'll spend my days. Bartender says, son, that hole won't ever fill. I just nod, tip back another, let it burn, let it spill. Cause I don't want the lesson, I just want my yesterday. So I'll keep shoveling shadows on this worn out piece of clay. I've been digging whiskey grave, that river took my brother before I learned his name. Now every road to sundown. Looks like that water looks the same. Coffee gone cold on the dashboard, dust on a photograph face. Your eyes stuck in the rear view, staring holes through empty space. Your jacket on the front seat still smells like summer rain. I talk like you can hear me, call your name into the grain. Dark water trail, where the lost one ride beside me. Every mile of ghost that I inhale. Dark water trail, I keep driving like you'll find me, but the map runs out where the memories fail. On dark water trail, town line sign in the mirror, leaning like it gave up hope. Bar outside of Amarillo, your lipstick on my old smoke. I swore I'd quit that last night. You swore you'd leave this town. Now it's just your echo laughing every time the sun goes down. Headlights cut through cotton fields like a slow dull blade. I see you in the broken lines, then you blur, then you fade. If I make it to the river, will it take me to? I ain't scared of sinking, I'm just scared of leaving you. Dark water trail, where the lost one ride beside me. Every mile of ghosts that I inhale. Dark water trail, I keep driving like you'll find me, but the map runs out where the memories fail. On dark water trail. Half tame, half gone. Yellow line keeps dragging on. Cold wind creeping through this coat. You left your name in my throat. Whiskey on a broken road. Your ghost riding shotgun, talking low. Every mile just burns your name in the dark on this dash like a brand in the grain. Whiskey on a broken road. I keep sipping what I should've let go. If I make it to the state line, Lord, will it hurt this slow? Whiskey on a broken road. Your notes in a visor, folded thin. 4 words bleeding through the ink. This can't win. Radio's a preacher I can't stand, so I talk to your shadow on my hand.
that busted sign where we carved two hearts, one crooked line. Now it's rust just flaking off the post, like the faith I had in holding you close. Whiskey on a broken road. Whiskey on a broken road. Left my name in the barroom dust, left my ring in a pawn shop drawer, truck bed full of busted bolts, map burned through from folding, your note on the dash half torn, my hands still smell like holding. One boot heels chewed to the bone, spurs clank soft when I'm walking, like a ghost dog trailing me home. Every step another warning. Broken spurs cutting up my heels again. Every turn drags me back to where we've been. Every mile just a circle in this dirt. I keep riding on these broken spurs. Motel sign buzzing, half lit, red coffee tastes like old rain. Talk to God through a paper cup, he just echoed your name. Photographed by the Gideon book, folded right at your smile. I press my thumb where your hair once fell, bleed a little, wait a while. If I quit the whiskey, would you quit my dreams? If I turn this saddle into firewood and steam, would the dawn feel different? Or would I still hear you stir every time this lonely metal hits the dirt and starts to burn? If I quit the whiskey, would you quit my dreams? If I turn this saddle into firewood and steam, would the dawn feel different? Or would I still hear you stir every time this lonely metal hits the dirt and starts to burn?